Hello, everyone. It's Lauren Durmus here with OKC Area Living. As you may or may not know, I'm a realtor here in the area, and I love to spotlight local businesses and local organizations that are doing great things. So each Monday and Wednesday, I go live. Monday, it's usually a local business, and Wednesday, it's usually a local organization. Today, we have Kelsey Karper, who is the co-founder of Factory Obscura, and we are really excited to learn from her. So we'll give about 30 seconds before we get started to just let people hop on, and feel free to put any questions in the comments, anything that you're curious about. I see we've got two people on. Anything that you want to know about Factory Obscura, any questions that have been on your mind that you would like us to talk about, just go ahead and put them in the comments, or feel free to just send us love, as I'm seeing. And we'll try to get to those at the end if we have some time. So I'll turn over to Kelsey, to you, to introduce yourself and share a little bit about what Factory Obscura is and how it all got started.
Hi, hello. Thanks for having me. So I'm Kelsey Karper. I am one of 5 co-founders here at Factory Obscura. And we started this in 2017 as a collective of artists. And we started really, it came out of a conversation that was happening amongst a group of friends, where the question was posed, what would it look like if you were to build a playground for adults? And that question prompted a series of conversations that led us to creating an artist collective with the goal of a long-term plan of creating a permanent home for immersive art here in Oklahoma City that would have a number of goals, including full-time thriving wages for artists, but also providing a new kind of experience for our community, something that we felt Oklahoma City was ready for.
Okay, well, how has Factory Obscura evolved from what you were doing before to what you do now in terms of what you can offer to the community? And I know that I've seen some changes based on what's been going on with COVID, still being able to provide an experience but keep people safe and make sure that we're taking precautions.
Yes, so our experiences are always evolving, even in a pre-pandemic world. That's part of the work that we make, and kind of the magic of what we do is that we have this group of very diverse artists, all coming from different backgrounds and working in different disciplines and skills, all working collaboratively to create these environments and these worlds and these experiences that none of us could make on our own. It truly requires a collaborative effort to create these kind of immersive worlds that we do. And so they are always growing and evolving as artists have new ideas, as new artists come in and join our group, our ideas expand. So everything that we do is always in a constant state of evolution. And just as a collective, we started in 2017, and the more that we work together and work in this way together, we evolve in our process and the way that we work as a group of people. But specifically in response to the pandemic, yes, we had to make a lot of changes. When you create art that is meant to be interactive and touched and explored and shared with other people, it really presented a lot of challenges for us. And so we did a lot of research during the time that we were closed last year, and following all the recommendations from the CDC, and we're able to make some changes to our space that have allowed us to reopen and do it safely and keep everyone safe, including our staff and our visitors. So of course we're requiring masks. We're doing constant disinfection and sanitizing. We've done some significant upgrades to our air system, including hospital grade filters and UVC lights to prevent growth of any kind of virus or bacteria in our systems. Lots and lots of measures which are detailed on our website for people who are interested in that kind of thing. But mostly it's just been about trying to make it safe in a way that doesn't take away from the experience for the guests, because what we're really trying to create for you is an opportunity to escape the everyday world and come into a place that's really about having fun and, you know, having a sense of discovery and wonder and exploration and sharing that with someone else.
Do you have a current theme going on in your, what do you call them?
Yeah.
Experiences, exhibits?
We do call it an experience, actually, because exhibit doesn't seem to fully capture what it is. But the space that I'm in now is called Mixtape, and Mixtape is our first what we consider to be a permanent experience. Everything that we built leading up to this over the last few years was temporary. It was only open for a few months, and then we took it down and moved on to the next project. So this is the first one that we have built to be permanent, although it does continue to evolve and change over time. As I said, we never run out of ideas. We always have more ideas than we have time, so we're always adding new things and keeping it fresh. So Mixtape is, as you would expect, based in music. So we came together as a group of artists. As artists and just as people, it's hard not to be influenced by music, right? Like, it's just that kind of universal experience that I think everyone on planet Earth has, where you hear music and you have an emotional response. It's in our human nature somehow. And so we wanted to kind of capture that, that phenomenon of that emotional response that we universally have to music, and all the different kinds of emotions that can be expressed through music. So each room, as you move through the Mixtape experience, is themed around a different emotion. They're each meant to make you feel something different. The room that I'm in right now is joy. And so it has a lot of references to childhood and joy, including rainbows and bubbles and kites and flamingos and all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, each room is themed around a different emotion that we took from music, which we would put on a mixtape to say something about who we are.
I love that. 2 questions. It made me think of one of my own, and then we also have a question from Misty in the comments. So is there an age minimum for someone to visit? So can I bring my 3.5-year-old? And then what are your hours and location? So just some of the basics.
So Mixtape is designed to be for everyone. And that was intentional when we were building it. We want, I said we started this with a conversation about what it would be like to build a playground for adults, but it got much, much bigger than that through the course of our conversation, and it became about creating something that is truly for everyone, that from a baby to their grandparents, they can all come here and share an experience together, and all abilities as well. It's very important to us that our experiences are not just ADA compliant, but truly accessible to people of all abilities to have an equitable experience and come away with the same sense of wonder and fun. So yes, it is for everyone. Please bring your littles. They love it. There's lots of lights and fun things, even for the very tiny ones. Have a good time. And then the question about our hours: we're open Wednesday through Sunday, and you can see our specific hours on our website. And we do recommend advanced reservations because we have a very limited capacity right now. And so there are some times that do tend to sell out. So we recommend making those reservations in advance. And we are located at 25 Northwest 9th Street in Automobile Alley in downtown Oklahoma City.
Okay, great. I've been seeing some posts from you all about Valentine's things. Can you share a little bit? Is it too late if we haven't gotten some of them? And it looks more like Valentine's cards or something. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's not too late, first of all. And, as Factory Obscura, we love to celebrate things and have a good time. And during normal times, we love to throw a party and have an event. So instead of having a big event with lots of people gathering together during this time, we're trying to find other ways to celebrate. And for Valentine's Day, we're celebrating love, and love in all of its forms, not just romantic love, but love that humans share for each other. And so we have some special editions for the whole weekend of Valentine's Day. We've got some special stuff in our gift shop made by the artists on our team. And you can order handmade Valentine cards on our website to be mailed to anyone to express love of any kind. Messages from our artists. And then
we'll mail them out.
Yes, we'll mail them directly for you. Just tell us who it's going to and we'll send them straight there. A handmade piece of art in the mail to express some love. But yeah, we love to celebrate Valentine's Day. We had a big party last year. So instead of that, we're doing some other fun things, and we'll be open regular hours and have a special photo op and some other fun stuff during the weekend.
Okay. This is motivating me to come visit. I gotta go to the website, make my reservations. And I'll get a little Valentine for my mom. She'll love that.
Yes.
Always, every year still gives us something. I'm almost 40 and she's still, I got a little something for you. It's so sweet.
That is sweet.
So tell me, so this is a real estate page. So I also like to highlight people's favorite spots around the OKC area. It doesn't have to be OKC. It can be anywhere really within the central Oklahoma area. But what are your other favorite local businesses that you think people should support, or cool spots that they should visit?
Okay, there's so many. We could talk for so long about this. But to narrow it down a little, I'm going to focus more on kind of the art specific things. So I mentioned that we're in Automobile Alley in downtown Oklahoma City, which we love being in this district. It's such a fun part of town to be a part of. There's so many local restaurants and shops, and our street specifically, 9th Street, kind of feels like its own little universe. We've got great neighbors with lots of food and retail right here on our street. So I have to say that those businesses, of course, are some of my favorites. Our neighbors just right outside our door. And then also, just a couple of blocks from us, we're lucky to have the new Oklahoma Contemporary Arts Center is just 2 blocks to our north. You can walk straight up our alley, which features a lot of murals and art itself, and get right to Oklahoma Contemporary, which is really fun to have them right up the street. And they're finally open now, which is very exciting. And then the other districts that I always like to point people to are the Plaza District, of course, and the Paseo Arts District, both great destinations for art and community and food. And both of them I love because they're great destinations any time of year and any time of day. Even late at night or early in the morning when the businesses aren't open, they're still fun districts to be in. There's public art and murals and colorful buildings and things to do and see any time of day or night, which I think is really cool.
Okay, well, I'll have to add some links to some of those in the comments. And then I also had a while ago, some of the best murals and Instagram worthy spots. So I'll repost those lists and those maps for people to go visit. I know a lot of the places that you mentioned are featured in there. So
absolutely, they should be.
Yes. Well, is there anything else that you want to share?
Well, I just want to welcome people to come visit us at Mixtape. I think, a lot of people don't realize that we have reopened and that we have all these safety measures in place to keep it super safe for you. And to remind you that when you come to experience Mixtape, you are supporting local artists. There are individual artists who make up this collective who created this work for you to experience. And every time you buy a ticket or something in our gift shop, that money goes to support our collective and the artists individually. So it really makes a huge impact for us and for the artists involved. So we hope you'll come and have a good time with us. Everybody needs a little more fun, I think, especially right now.
Yes. Are y'all open on Valentine's evening? Or are you already sold out for that one?
We are open, yeah. Valentine's Day is a Sunday, and we'll be open regular hours that day. So, but I do expect it to sell out, so I would recommend getting those reservations in advance.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. It was great to talk with you and get to learn a little bit more and highlight Factory Obscura. I love everything that y'all are about, and I just appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. I hope to see you soon.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. And I'll go ahead and add all the resources that we talked about